We're gonna call this meeting in order. Will everybody please rise for the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with
liberty and justice for all.
Minutes?
I have the acceptance of the October town clerk report, the approval of the October 14th workshop minutes, and the October 16th town board minutes.
Can I get a motion to approve?
So move.
I guess, all in favor?
Aye.
Bills?
I have general bill 22013 through 22052, highway 22053 through 22067, and water improvement 347 through 352.
Make a motion, we pay the bills.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Warren, you have anything for us? Can't hear you. Gotta unmute yourself.
Okay, hear me now?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Through the computer.
Hear me?
Hang on one second, Warren. We can, but we're turning the volume up.
Oh, okay.
As loud as it goes.
Oh.
I don't know why it's not going through the computer. Yeah, that's what I mean.
All right, go ahead, Warren.
The only thing I had was that you had asked me to send you some examples of short-term rental laws for the town, which I did yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And if the town is interested in adopting that, we have to sit down and discuss how you want to proceed, because there are different types of short-term rental laws. There's hosted and non-hosted, things like that. So, but the two I gave you, one was from Rhinebeck, the other was from Pleasant Valley, are pretty indicative of what most municipalities are enacting.
We need to work on the volume.
We gotta work on the sound here, because
Oh, sorry.
And how do I put it onto the other?
audio is, the mic is on.
Can you hear me?
Can you
Yeah,
turn
hang
the
on one second.
Can he turn his on?
No, he can't turn. his mic
Digital
on.
output?
Yeah.
All right, say something now.
Hello?
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So I don't know how much you got, but we do have to, if you want to move forward with a short-term rental law, we have to sit down and discuss the different approaches to those laws. There are different ways of handling them. Some municipalities want them hosted, some don't require that. You know, there are other issues that have come up. So I sent you two examples, and I'm happy to meet with you if you want in an attorney-client session to go over some example laws, and we can discuss if this is something you want to proceed with in the coming year.
Warren, we only got one.
Hmm.
We only got the one from Rhinebeck.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll send you the one from Pleasant Valley. And I can probably rustle up a couple of other examples, so I'll send those to you also. And then maybe next month we can discuss, schedule something to sit down and talk about it. That's the
Okay.
only thing I had. I understand there were some issues with the pole removal, but I haven't heard from our zoning enforcement officer as to what those issues were.
Okay, so he made contact, we'll touch base on this right now. He made contact with Consolidated. Consolidated told, because there's Consolidated polls. Consolidated, which is our telephone company, by the way, stated that they'll give him a schedule when they're gonna remove them.
Okay.
So as far as I'm concerned, they've been notified of the town law, the clock's ticking now.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. If he could, Ed could send me copies of the notifications he sent out, and then just
Absolutely.
keep me informed of the progress, and we can discuss it if there's a problem.
Okay.
That's all I
Anybody
have.
else- Anybody else have anything for Warren? Okay, thank you, Warren.
Thanks, Warren.
No problem. You're welcome.
We're gonna go into public comment. A couple things I have. One, thanks, Carl. for you and the guys with the veterans flags. Everything worked out perfect as always. Wreaths Across America will be doing their wreath laying ceremony December 13th at 12 p.m. at the cemetery. Please come out and join us. Carol and John Hart do such a great job for our veterans. Town Decorating Day is November 29th, starting at 3 p.m. Come out and help light up our town. Parade will start at 5 from the high school. And I just wanted to let everybody know the town offices and highway will be closed November 27th and November 28th. Yes.
Yeah, last month you mentioned about the Wilderness First Aid, which was conducted this past weekend. It was conducted by, Wild Med, and, it was hosted by the library. And the space provided, was for the Lions Club, who donated the space for the support. It was 2 days. It was very good, very professionally run. And, members of the, rescue squad, the library, and a couple of, town residents attended. It was fantastic. So thanks to the Lions Club and the library for hosting it, and yeah, it was very good. I highly recommend it.
Is it gonna happen again? Somebody wants to know?
We're gonna try and do it again and then maybe not have it be both days on the same weekend. 'Cause that was some of the feedback that we got. Just so that someone doesn't have to give up the whole weekend for it. But we also got feedback from people not from the town that had attended and who also really enjoyed it. So I think
Yeah.
it's something that we'd definitely like to do it again.
Yeah. It was worth it.
I wanted to recognize Thayer and Vicky and Elena for dismantling the fall decor out of the planters. And Thayer in particular for preparing the planters for the trees. He installed on each corner an eyelet so that the trees could be wired to them. And then, of course, Carl and Ebis and the FFA students and Stephanie Rhodes and other volunteers who I can't name them all for placing the trees throughout the town to prepare for decorating day that Brian mentioned. The trees look great in the planters, I gotta say. I love it. You love it too?
They
I
do.
love it. There's also, you guys did a planter box in front of the American Legion Hall. And that's beautiful. And that's like out of a magazine.
Yeah, so that's Thayer. Thayer did the ones that don't have trees in them. He did the decorating of those. They're awesome, aren't they? Yeah. That's it.
Got it?
Yeah.
Matt? Bob?
I'm good.
I'm good. Open the floor.
Well, I do have one thing. We will be putting up the ice rink on Wednesday before Thanksgiving. We are looking for a volunteer to take it over. I am now super occupied with hockey on weekends. We go all over Connecticut Saturday and Sunday, so I will not be around on weekends to be maintaining it like I used to be able to. But I will be around to help and stuff like that, but it will be going up on Wednesday if anybody's around.
By passing that off on Wednesday, you'll be bestowing your knowledge on someone that would want to take it over.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm always gonna be around. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm disappearing, but yeah, I mean, like it's super easy, like the setup. It's more the actual labor when it's there. I mean, putting it up, if you have two guys, you can put it up, and then once you get ready for the tarp, like it could be set in 3.5 hours. So, yeah, it's more of the long term.
General maintenance.
Yeah. Yeah. So. What?
We didn't write a Zamboni into our budget.
Well, I have a homemade Zamboni.
I know.
All right, on to department reports. Highway.
Crew's been busy keeping the leaves out of shoulders, and keeping shoulders ready for our winter misses. Snow plows are being painted, set up, ready to go. Downey Sander was put in the auction and the auction was closed. I didn't like the price we got, so I told we wouldn't want to sell it at that. I think we'll have to go a different route of unloading it. We'll have to discuss that at some point in time. My main concern is the Kubota mower. I had my secretary work up,
The beloved Kubota.
yes. Look up a cost and analogy of what we spent through the years since we got that Kubota. And the Terrain King mower heads and stuff that we spent on parts of that. Couple weeks ago, the motor went on. So I would like to just put it out to auction. As is, get it off our plate.
Bro, what's the turnaround on ordering a new one? If we were to order a new
A
one?
non-Kubota.
Yeah.
It all depends on what they have in stock. I'd
Did-
like to think we'd be able to get something before the spring.
That's if we order it right now.
Can you ballpark us a number?
Price?
Yeah.
The one I have looked at, which would be a New Holland. Our New Holland store here in town does not sell with the mower heads of the movie. But they are partnering with another store that does. So we'd be able to use them as our go-through for parts. The fixed, they're right across the street.
Yeah, brilliant.
The number that they were able to work out for us was 200.
Oh.
$200, that's sweet.
Wow.
And what did the original Kubota cost?
The original one cost 150, I believe.
How much do you think you've dumped into it over the years?
It's
Trade there,
a
Kev.
chart.
Kev, you got a full chart.
The what?
Here, take mine. It's color coded too. Up top are the figures you're looking for.
30? Yeah, 36,000. Sell it, Carl.
Yeah,
Sell it.
yeah.
I make a motion, Carl,
Do
to
we need
sell
to
the
take a vote
tractor.
on this?
So. Yeah, can I get a motion that Carl can go ahead and auction
So
it?
moved.
Yeah.
Can I get a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Can you come back with specs next month? In regards to the new
Yes,
mower and cost and time frame?
absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
That's all I have.
You don't bring us little stuff, do you?
No.
I try to work those things out.
Everybody received the building inspector's report. Total new homes this year, 2, CO searches this month, 1, site inspections this month, 11, property maintenance this month, 1, zoning permits this month, 2, total permits to date, 70. Water engineering.
Pump report was submitted to the health department. The average daily flow remains consistent about 56,000. That's down just a hair from what we previously had in previous months. 2 meter heads were replaced. Maintenance. Both chlorinator pumps were cleaned and refilled. Performed the annual maintenance at the water storage tank, and we have scheduled the annual maintenance for the generator, and that's supposed to occur the first week of December. There was a fire flow test that was conducted today at the intersection of 82 and Lake Road, as well as Myrtle. That went well, and that was working with the engineers for the Hudson Group. So they were pleasantly surprised on the amount of water that was available.
Yeah, that's a good hydrant.
Yeah, those are all good height.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all off of the 12-inch line. So in case anybody sees any rocks, debris, or anything like that in Myrtle, that did not come out of the hydrants. That was scour that occurred is because of the pressures hitting the ground. I think, Carl, it was about a 3-foot hole.
Yeah.
next to the hydrant, so.
Wow.
Yeah, it was substantial. So we had two hydrants flowing at the same time. In order to do an accurate model, what you try to do is you try to do a hydrant flow test and see about a 10 PSA drop on an adjacent hydrant. Then you can model accordingly. So we had performed hydrant tests in the past. I gave them the data. They didn't like the data because we were running at about 1,200 gallons per minute, and the pressure never dropped in the system. So we actually ran two hydrants. Each one of those hydrants were running at about 1,200 gallons each, and there was a pressure drop of 2 pounds. So we've estimated that there's about 9,000 gallons a minute available through that 12-inch main. So again, they're looking at alternatives to see if they can get away from that fire pump.
That's $50.
So they're gonna go back, they're gonna redo their model, and then they're gonna see if it's economical and makes sense to run a water line down maybe 2, and then connect into the existing line down at Pilch Drive.
Do you have an opinion about that?
Oh, I think it should. Without any issue.
It also will benefit the town
Yeah.
as well, because it's replacing an older line.
Yeah, because right now there's a chokehold there. It's an existing
Yeah.
4-inch line. So it'd be nice as they can bring that down. I would like to, even depending on what they come up, I'd like to see a 10-inch line going down that area on the the westerly side of 82. So we can put a hydrant right in front of Railroad at it. That way, that would allow us as the town to make future improvements as far as connecting our line from the main pump house into that new 10-inch line, and we can do away with an old 4-inch that is just an old cast iron line from the original system that just doesn't provide enough water in that area.
Is that a closed loop already, or will we close the loop by doing that?
We would close the loop. Right now, it's a dead end,
Yeah.
a very long dead end. So we would actually reduce the amount of dead end, and we actually create a loop.
Yeah. So that's exactly what we want. Yeah.
And so this might mean that they don't have to do a holding tank.
That is correct.
If you do this, they'll definitely not have to do a whole thing.
And since it benefits the town,
But we've talked about, the issue is that we've talked about this for over a year. This is the direction you should take. It's now.
yeah, they didn't believe it.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're gonna save because they won't have to pay their maintenances or any of that else that they would have to pay on their equipment.
With the fire pump, you have to inspect that every year. There's a maintenance
Yeah.
associated with it every year.
Yeah.
To keep up with it. So although there's I'm not even convinced the initial capital cost is gonna be much more compared to doing a holding tank as well as a fire pump, but long term, obviously, because whatever improvement they make, they would turn that over to the town. As far as, again, along Route 82, they would then have the water into their property, and they wouldn't have the maintenance that they would with the pumps as it is now.
Mhm.
So again, I don't think that even the initial capital investment is gonna be that much more.
So it's a win.
That's great.
Delinquent accounts were forwarded to Dutchess County Real Property for levy. I have provided information to the town board to consider a rate increase for 2026. The last rate increase for the water system was done back in 2023, for 3 years. If you look at the information I gave you at the very top, current rates for the water district are a flat rate of $45 for 0 to 9,000 gallons. And again, this is per quarter. And then anything over 9,000 gallons currently is $5.80 per 1,000 gallons. The proposed rate would go up to 50 gallons, or I'm sorry, $50 for the first 9,000, and then $6.20 per 1,000 gallons after. I gave you also a comparison of other communities in the general area, the 8 other communities, and we are by far the cheapest. The name is, so I try to use that as a gauge as well. A few of the reasons as far as the increase, utility costs, as far as electricity costs, have really been climbing. Again, that's usually our biggest bill. But then also chemical as far as chlorine, and then spare parts and replacement.
Will that increase also help us put some money away to close some of these open ends and increase the size of some of these pipes?
Yeah, because again, it would allow us to, put towards that capital account.
Yes.
We have, in addition to the maintenance account, we also
Yep.
have a capital account.
Yes.
We do believe that that would allow us to increase our ability to save money into that capital account to undertake a capital projects. Whether it's a replacing, again, I've mentioned even the Path Lake
Yeah.
Road, I know we've always talked about running a new line down 82, which is again another 4-inch line that's undersized
Yeah.
as far as capacity, but yeah, it does provide us a little more latitude for that. And it's still, again, the most economical area. I always want to be fair to all of us.
Doesn't seem like an unreasonable increase.
Not at all.
I'm okay with it. I'll make a
No.
motion to make a $5 increase for tonight.
Hang on a minute.
Oh, do we have?
Hang on a minute.
Oh.
Can I-
Sorry, Ray, I'm getting, putting the cart in front of the horse right there.
Would like to proceed, we do have to hold a public hearing, so I've provided a
Yep.
copy of a notice for public hearing. And if it's okay with the board, I would request that that be set for next month's meeting.
Can I get a motion to hold a public hearing December 18th at 7 PM here at the town hall?
7:05.
7 PM?
All right, well, normally, remember, we get
Stay.
in trouble, 7:05.
Are you?
His resolution says 7.
Oh, okay, 7, okay.
So
We can
moved.
start it.
So, okay.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Uh,
Can't start them early, but you can start them late,
Okay, we got in trouble the one time. I don't
because
wanna
you
get in
started early.
And I'll have a draft resolution for consideration.
Thank you, Ray.
Excellent.
Police Department.
You have my written, if there's no questions, I'll read the agenda.
Go ahead.
Chamber, Blauvelt, Parada, and Central attended last forums of domestic violence families. Hughes, Camper, Blauvelt, and Troy, and Supervisor Waltz attended a dinner hosted by North Police Department and their benefit of non-gas for the use of the Pine Plains Department Full Unit 77167. Sergeant Hughes provided security for the planning board meeting. Sergeant Hughes, Sergeant Jim provides security for the Pine Plains FFA, and the Ag Fair. Sergeant Cameron, Corporal Blauvelt provided security for meet the candidates at the community center. Sergeant Cameron provided security for the capital project at Sissing Mountain Junior Senior High School. Sergeant Cameron attended the town of Pine Plains Town Board meeting. Sergeant Cameron attended the PTA Boo Through at Sissing Mountain Junior Senior High School. And Cameron and Blauvelt patrolled the town during Halloween.
Thank you, John. Everybody received the animal control report. 11 administration hours, 2.5 shelter maintenance hours, 2 calls received, 8 miles traveled, 1 complaint investigated, 1 training attended, 1 missing dog found, 1 dog seized. CAC?
Well, the month seems to be the time when a lot of CNC members go to educational seminars. Several members have gone. Last night, Ken Bernardis and I attended a seminar on the impact of salt, mostly coming from application of road salt. I'll tell you sadly, the not so great news is probably all of us are drinking salt, whether we have private or public water in our in our glasses in the morning, but we were surprised and delighted to learn that Pine Plains stands out as a bright example. The data collected by the Carey Institute scientists showed that our highway superintendent, Carl Baden, his use of damaging salt is limited, and he is the second best, the second most ecologically mindful distributor of salt in Dutchess County.
Oh,
So that reduces the negative impact of road salt on our waterways and therefore our drinking water. His results are dramatically different than almost anyone else except one. I won't tell you who that is, but I think we should congratulate Carl with a round of applause.
All right.
It was fascinating, and we were just looking at this range of data, and all of a sudden we're like, Kim and I, that's Pine Plains, that number is Pine Plains. It was very exciting, and so it's really Carl's success, I think. The second thing I wanted to do tonight is that the CAC has approved an expenditure from the CAC budget to support an aquatic vegetation mapping survey in Stissing Lake. We are seeking the town's approval tonight for taking the $2,000 from our budget. We intend to join with others. Their Lions Club has contributed, Friends of Stissing Landmarks, private landowners. This study will be conducted by Solitude Lake Management. It's the same company that looked at and surveyed the Stissing Lake in 2007 and 2019. So we'll be able to see continuously the relationship between the growth of aquatic vegetation. We have particular attention on looking at the difference changes in invasive species and their impact on water quality. So we're seeking the town board's approval tonight for that expenditure.
So you have $1,723.81 left in your budget.
Okay,
It's $2,000, you said?
that's what we would like. If it's 1,720.
Is that how much it costs, $2,000?
Yes,
Okay, so can I get a motion to approve that? We'll find the $277
Second.
somewhere. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Recreation?
Basketball program is up and running. It's very robust this year with 130 players.
130 or 230? 230.
230.
Yeah, it's 230. That's what they're saying.
Say then, but I don't think it's 230 yet. We have hangers and I'd say 200.
Okay.
But anyways, that's a great program. Come out and check it out. That program is pulling players from Red Hook. We have a coach who's played athletics with a lot of guys in Pine Plains who's a Red Hook guy, brings his kids over. He's like, there's nothing around. I took my kids to Kingston and we played in Red Hook. There's nothing like the Pine Plains program, which was nice to hear.
Wow.
And that's about it, really, in regards to sports right now. We have winterized everything down. And I think we're just waiting on Phil from Denard's Plumbing. That's kind of it. I'd like to maybe,
It came in all right.
Yeah.
it did.
Took care of it. Yep.
See, I didn't see it in my box.
We ordered it. It bypassed.
Better than. I had texted Dave, I said, it's all done. He said, I think I maybe gave it to Corinna, but I didn't know.
Yep.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you for doing that right away.
You also, I don't know if you were to unified basketball.
Yeah.
They'll be practicing around the same time.
That's usually, that's the last in the time after that Saturdday, should be the last program.
Yes, correct. They are gonna,
Or two.
I think it's one or, it's one of those, things. But, when they start playing games, I encourage anybody to go and watch these games. They're amazing. They're for children that aren't as skilled, I'm gonna say, as the regular basketball players. The coaches do a wonderful job with them. It's also a high school program. It's for special needs.
And it's a big
It's-
draw. Big
It's
fan base.
it's a great time watching those kids out there have fun. I helped coach them 2 years ago. I helped out. It was amazing. It was amazing. And the fun these kids have, you never see so many smiles in your life. I highly encourage someone to attend those games when they have them.
Good kid for basketball, maybe in December, I could have your 10-15 minutes of your time in executive session to talk about personnel for the new year. Some suggestions, and that's it.
Thanks, Brian.
the beautification committee donated money out of their beautification donation account toward the landscaping at the library community center. And the library picked up the rest of that, and it really looks great. It's such a huge improvement. The committee also spoke about resurrecting the community day. So they created an ad hoc community day committee, and we had they had the first organizational meeting last night, and it was really exciting. There were about 13 people there, and there are more people. I got phone calls, more people want to participate. Super enthusiastic people, great ideas. So we haven't had a real community day in 2 years.
Yep.
So this is pretty exciting stuff. The date is for Community Day, save the date, June 13th. And all sorts of activities are planned, some new stuff, coming in and things like that. So stay tuned. The committee also is reviewing the design of the back of the Welcome to Pine Plains signs that say "Come Again." And so the committee looked at about 4 different designs and then went back to the creator with some suggestions. So hopefully that will be completed maybe in another month or so. And it's still on my shoulders to figure out where to move the Welcome to Pine Plains sign that's sandwiched between a bunch of other signs and telephone poles by Stewart's, so you don't really see it. So that's on me to figure out. I have to talk to a couple of property owners and get some permission as to where that sign can live.
Are they gonna be giving us a couple different selections?
Of the Come Again?
Yes. Whatever they're doing on the back.
Sure.
Okay.
And that's it for the beautification committee.
Thank you. Okay. Old business. We need the final approval for the 2026 budget. Zero changes from when we first originally discussed. The only thing, well, I shouldn't say, the library new budget that was just passed was added into that. That was the only change.
Mhm.
Any questions?
I'm good with it.
Get a motion to accept the final budget for 2026. All in favor? Aye.
On the website, I'm
Yes.
sorry, Joey, isn't it?
Yes. Yep, the final budget will. Okay, town hall update, board members just, wanna know your thoughts about Labella's design concept. To start,
I mean, the basic concept was very nice. I
Yep.
thought that it fit in with the character of Pine Plains.
Yep.
Kind of looks neat near the bank,
Yep.
So, some questions about maybe the materials, the siding, some of the fine details, but the basic concept, absolutely.
okay. Anybody else have anything?
I was good with it.
I like it. Okay.
I think
Um,
the outside design looks good. I think that the interior there should be some discussion about space utilization. Several community members have spoken to me about space for the historical society, having space for both storage and sort of like an area where they could have work done and things like that. So I think that as far as the interior goes, I think that there needs to be a little bit more conversation.
Okay. Um, So our next step is we need to set up a public forum to hear back from the community. So I'm proposing December 10th at 6 PM to schedule that.
We can do that here or the community center.
We can do that at the community center.
Twelve,
Do you
10 at
want that
6.
posted in the paper?
Yes, it needs to be posted in the paper.
12, 10 at 6. Okay, the week, so.
And so will the community be able to access the drawings easily?
On Thursday, the second Thursday of the month.
Yeah, it'll be
No,
like
it's
our
Wednesday.
concept, like we have the.
So
And
Wednesday.
then we'll have a bigger
Uh-huh.
display
Can-
after.
Is it posted on the website?
Yeah. Yep,
It is
yep.
already, or
Is it up there? No, it's not up there. It will be.
so that people can
Yep,
look at that?
yep, they can print it off and they can do whatever, their notes or jots, whatever they want to do on it. Yes. Yep. Blah, blah, blah. Janine, Growing Homes
So
conference?
I attended a conference sponsored by an agency called Growing Homes. And their mission is to provide housing security for farmers and farm workers. And they, their vision is to develop dignified, affordable housing for generations of farmers and farm workers in the Hudson Valley and beyond. They're focused on the Hudson Valley right now. It was a fantastic conference. There were a lot of people represented, a lot of different agencies, land conservation, scenic Hudson, all sorts of, we heard from farmers in our area, farmers and farm workers, some of their stories and their struggles. We learned about the role of land conservation and community land trusts. There's a program in Ulster County now called Room for a Farmer program, where people that have large homes that are living by themselves or maybe with one other person and have a lot of extra room are offering their homes to farmers in maybe exchange for some caretaking, mowing their lawns, taking them to the grocery store, stuff like that. And they have a lot of really great success stories in that regard. The exciting thing, there were a couple of things that were really eye-opening for me, and that is that the number of farmers and farm workers that struggle with housing is really shocking. It was shocking to me. And it drives home the whole sort of notion that affordable housing is really an enormous problem, and not just in the Hudson Valley, not just in New York State, but I know across the country, but we're focused on here on Pine Plains. And so they're looking at solutions, they're looking at affordable accessory dwelling units and things like that. What I took away from that in terms of what I want to do for next steps is to actually do a survey of what our housing needs are, not just for farmers and farm workers, but for everybody. So that then when we go to talk about getting grants or talk about land conservancy and stuff like that, we have some hard and fast numbers in our head. How many people are unhoused? How many people are struggling? How many people would love to own a home, but they don't have the resources to do that? So Patterns for Progress is an agency that can help us with a survey to do that. I think that I'm pretty sure that they did a kind of survey years ago when Hudson River Housing was looking at an affordable home project, but I feel like it needs to be updated. So I have a contact with Patterns for Progress, and he's going to put me in touch with somebody that can help with the survey, maybe at no cost, but there might be a cost associated with it. Don't know yet. So that's that. And then the other thing that was really exciting to me was so many of the farmers and farm workers were young people, and because I kind of think of farmers as being my generation, but yeah, they are, but there's a lot of young farmers out there, and thank goodness, because guess what? We have to eat food every day. But they're struggling. So, you know, like one of the stories was really interesting. An elderly farmer that was no longer able to farm his land, and he didn't have any descendants that were ready to take over his farm. And so he's partnering with some of these other young farmers and actually leasing them his farm in hopes that they will someday be able to buy his farm. And he still lives there. They live there, and he's acting as their mentor. So it's really a great, relationship. So, but to see so many young people that are committed to farming, even though it's such a struggle, was really exciting. And then also Tri-Town Coalition is a monthly meeting that I attend. We just had our meeting yesterday. And we did have a very productive meeting. I talked about it last month with the Department of Health regarding some of the septic and wastewater challenges that we face. And our next meeting is going to include the Department of Health and Dutchess County Planning, so that we can bring our issues to Dutchess County Planning. You know, the rural towns that are this very top of Dutchess County. We sometimes feel like we got forgotten by Dutchess County because they focus on Poughkeepsie and Beacon, and so they're gonna set up a meeting with Dutchess County planners and Department of Health to discuss what our challenges and our priorities are. That's it.
Does anybody else have any old business? Okay, we getting the new business. I'm looking for a motion to hire Joshua Dean as a part-time police officer at the rate of $25 an hour. Mr. Dean is a retired police officer from the town of Newcastle Police Department. Mr. Dean holds many certifications and interviewed very well. He'll make a great addition to our department.
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Does anybody else have any new business?
Nope.
I don't believe, does anybody have anything we need to go into executive session for?
Did we get a utility pole update in the beginning of?
Yes, that was it. Yep. It was in Warren's report.
Consolidation's gonna get back to Ed with a timeline.
Can I get a motion to
Make a-
adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second it if I didn't person.
Didn't Brian Coons want to talk to us?
Next
He
month.
said next month.
Next month.
Fine. Okay. Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, I'm door, maybe.
Bye, Warren.
Happy Thanksgiving.